some of Europe's biggest clubs were involved in some serious unexpected results. They were held a 3-3 draw. Arsenal lost to Borussia Dortmund and Liverpool went down to Monaco. Barcelona were beaten by Udinese. Chelsea.
The season will be interesting. Season will be day.
What on earth happened in preseason today? Some of Europe's biggest clubs were involved in some serious unexpected results. They were held a 3-3 draw. Arsenal lost to Borussia Dortmund and Liverpool went down to Monaco. Barcelona were beaten by Udinese. What's up, guys? If you just join us, this is Ashili Sports TV for sure. With me is Eddy. And hey, while we all know the results don't count for anything competitively, yet some of these performances are definitely worth talking about. So which results was the biggest shock, Eddy?
Chelsea had the 3-3 draw. Because in their previous game, they won against Milan. And with such incredible performance against Milan, I was expecting much more from them today. But unfortunately, it ended in a draw, in a 3-3 draw. A drama. Everything keeps on folding again.
Yeah. Everything keep on folding again. Chelsea 3, Johor Darul Kazim, the Malaysian champions, also scored 3 in that match for sure. Let's start, because this is probably the results that immediately jump off the page. Chelsea didn't absolutely do that much. Too many yellow cards.
Of course, one thing sometimes we have to pay much more attention to is the big clubs. So when they are facing each other, with the same level of intensity, the same level of play, strength and agility, the outcome is always mind-blowing. But when they are played against teams without names, without much players, they find it very difficult to win the games. Particularly in this particular game, I was expecting much more from Chelsea. Much more from Chelsea to win the game with ease, but things didn't go that way. So it's a clear indication that Alonso has to take every single game very seriously. If not, the same results that happened last season is going to happen to Chelsea this season once again.
Exactly. Preseason is supposed to expose weakness while there's still time to fix them. So Chelsea fans, should they be panicked, or shouldn't completely ignore the situation at this moment?
They should be worried. They should take every single result should mean everything to Chelsea fans. You being a Chelsea fans, you know what it means to you. It's a clear indication that if Chelsea are not careful, definitely things will get messy. Sometimes we just ignore this preseason, our players are not available. When our players come, things are going to be better. But in the same mindset, the same play, most of your players were there. They were available. They participated in this game. Well, everything boils down to the board of Chelsea and the manager as well. They should get their things right. Alonso, get your assignment right. If not, even in the middle of this, Chelsea board manager don't have the patience. They don't have the patience at all. So this should be, I think, the last surprise he will get.
Last surprise he will get, for sure. Up next, Arsenal against Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund won 3-2 at the Emirates. And this one definitely caught the eye. Eddy.
Yeah, Tata and Arsenal fans, as Arsenal has been Arsenal, I will always say this in any platform I get, I will always say Arsenal will always be Arsenal. Played against Borussia Dortmund, they had the advantage, but just that the midfield of Borussia Dortmund were better than Arsenal, leading them to pick the win in Emirates Sports Stadium. Arsenal, they have a lot, as we always say, they will disappoint you at a point in time. So the Arsenal fans are used to it.
So for Arsenal, though, is another reminder that preseason doesn't always go according to plan. They will be much more concerned with how the team responded during difficult moments. And when this time comes, I don't know how they'll be able to manage it too. But let's see how things are going to be working out for sure. But Eddy,
Arteta and Arsenal should be very careful. This is the second loss in a row in this preseason. They lost their previous game, and today to losing their game as well. They should be very careful. Arteta and the guy, they shouldn't let winning the Premier League the previous season, be much more over. They should get rid of it. It's just a trophy. You've won it. Another season is starting. Just focus on the season and everything will be good.
Then we have Liverpool to Monaco 3.
It was a bad day for the English team. That's all I can say. It was a very bad day for them. Yeah,
Another
Liverpool. I'm not surprised. Liverpool beat Liverpool. They struggled last season and preseason. They're also struggling.
came to an Anfield.
Come again?
I said it's another surprising result, particularly because it came at Anfield.
Yes, that's a clear indication that they still have to work. They still have to put in the work. Last season wasn't that good, and they should be very prepared for the upcoming season. If you are still losing Anfield in preseason, then it's a clear indication that much more work has to be done.
Liverpool managed to score 2 goals, but Monaco still forced away.
Scoring a goal isn't the problem. Maintaining and winning the game is at the end of the day, that's the most important. That's what counts. So Liverpool scoring 2 goals still doesn't declare them the winners of the game.
And this is where preseason can actually be useful. If you are conceding goals or struggling to control games, you did rather discover those problems now than in the Premier League matches. Don't you think so?
Of course. Now no points are being picked, but in the Premier League, every single game comes along with a point. So if you are losing such games in the Premier League, that means your points will be limited, will be reduced. You won't get the enough points to get you to the trophy. I think to the Champions League, to other leagues as well, to the Carabao Cup and these other leagues as well. So definitely you have to put in every single game. You have to take every single game seriously. And to the guys, this is also a test for them. If you want to maintain your position in the team, it's also a test. So they should step up.
And Areola and Liverpool now have time to look at what went wrong and make adjustment before the season starts. Meanwhile, Udinese, I don't know how to even describe it. Barcelona lost to Udinese by 1-0.
They said they'll give the team excuse. Some of their players weren't available, blah, 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 these silly excuses. Barcelona being Barcelona, they can still do something. When their players are available, they can still do something. But they shouldn't be worried. Barcelona can still do something. They still can still do something.
Still do something after all. But that is certainly one of the biggest surprise of the day, because Barcelona had plenty of the ball, but possession doesn't win the games by itself. You need to absolutely put something out there.
Yeah, the game can end at 90 ball possession. At the end of the day, if you're having 90% of the ball possession and your opponent with 10% winning the game, it's the point that counts at the end of the day. All what they are looking for is to get the maximum 3 points. When Barcelona possessing the ball and losing the game doesn't count. Hey, you can take the ball, you won the points. That's all. And again, Barcelona will have been experimenting, rotating players and managing fitness. So I wouldn't read too much into the results, but it's still a useful warning to Barcelona FC. One way or the other, yes. As I say, preseason is also sometimes opportunity for the young talents to show their capability. But if you don't take it serious, that's when the season will start and you'll be getting the playing time. So I will tell them to take every single game seriously to also get their place in the team. And Barcelona, we will see if they will pass the test ahead of them or not, because Real Madrid has increased, their squad depth, has really increased. They really went all in this transfer window. So Barcelona should be very careful. Yeah, we start with hand. So what was the biggest shock? Let's settle this for sure. And which results was the biggest shock? Chelsea 3-3 against the Malaysian champions, or Dortmund beating Arsenal, Monaco beating Liverpool, and Udinese beating Barcelona. It's Barcelona and Chelsea. Hey, pack your bags. Hey. Clear road for sure. And season is going to be interesting though, because preseason doesn't always define what is. But then if you are losing with some teams, or drawing with some teams, you probably understand, this isn't what the season will be like. Chelsea will lose them a game on Saturday, or let me say on Friday. Then on Saturday, maybe Liverpool play a draw. Later in the evening, United will lose. And Arsenal will lose on Monday. No, but Atletico Madrid also won their game by 3-1 against. I said Manchester City came back behind. But it's going to be interesting, knowing that there's a game on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the big clubs, every single day will give you a competitive game to watch. Liverpool winning their game, Manchester United drawing or losing, then thinking that, Chelsea have their game at hand, they will win their game and pick the point, then they will win. It's gonna be interesting, guys. And